Okay, I'm out in the shop again today. 18 degrees this morning, and a little cool for me to be going and shingling. So it's not supposed to get nice for another week, so it'll probably be a week after this coming week that I'll go back and finish my shingling. I might take a little bit of video of what I'm doing down there. I'll put that on a separate video. But anyway, I'm back out here, and oh yeah, it's gone. And plus, I broke a darn tooth in the front here, so now I got a dentist appointment. I got to go and have that fixed. The other, it was cracked for a long time, and finally broke. And now my one next to it's the same thing. It's got some cracks in it. So, but anyway, that's beside the point. I was about to try to mount the compound slide, but I ran into some difficulties that I'm going to have to modify the original plan because I want to be able to turn it over to 29, at least 29 and a half degrees for threads. And if I do that, here, I'll show you here. I got to stop the video and switch the camera around. Okay. So I have it set at the protractor is set at 29 and a half degrees. And if I set it like that, I want to be able to go in a little bit further. And if I come out, it's going to hit this handle. And plus I can't go in any further because the feed collar hits the cross slide. So what I'm going to do is set up at 29 and a half degrees and come alongside this screw here and put a relief in there with an end mill. That way I'll be able to put this in here at about like that or somewhere in that position in the handles. Well, they'll hit each other if they're timed. I mean, if they could run into each other just barely. So I might just move it over just a tad. So, but anyway, that's the plan. Because the way it is right now, I'd have to set it out here somewhere like that, and I'd never be able to get to 29 and a half for threading. And that's this little lathe is what I want to do is small screws. And the spindle I'm going to make with a collar on it, and I'm hoping to make a knockoff of a small 5C collet, or not 5C, yeah, 5C collet in here with a thread going in here and locking the collet in place. So I'll make my own collets, and that'll be next year's project too, because next year I'm hoping to get the slides done, and then next year start on the spindle and the gears and stuff. So that's the plan anyway. So anyway, I got to take this off, and they're both the same way too. I mean, I could go. I'm thinking that in the book they're calling it out to set it like that, set it like that, and I see no purpose in setting a compound in line with the spindle. I mean, I could see it for making tapers and stuff, but never in line with the spindle like that. I mean, to me personally, there's just no good reason to do that. Oh darn! Now the furnace is turning on. So anyway, I'm going to take this off, and when I get that off, I'll meet you at the mill. Okay, we are at the mill. I'm going to put you on a tripod here, if I can. Squeak, squeak. tight. Tight moving. I'm locking the legs around the tripod here. And zoom in a little bit. Trying to get it out from behind the cord. And all right. So what we're going to do, this is the slide of the first one. And we're going to clamp that in here at 29.5 degrees. 29.5, 30, somewhere around there. 240, whatever it takes. Remember that movie? So now I want to come in over here. Wait a minute here. I gotta figure out which corner I want to come in at. So it's on there like that. I want to come in over here. Let's mark that. Let's mark that so I don't get confused. I want to come in right here. Cut that. Somewhere in that vicinity. Okay. So we can clamp it in there like this. I'm just going to lightly clamp it. Seems like this over here. I might have to put a parallel in there and not clamp on the way on the. It's not clamping. It's not clamping very well. Let's go like this. Now. That's much better. It was clamping and kind of torquing it out of. If I go by that black line, it's going to get me close. I'm going to line this black line up straight. Lay this in here. Getting you close right there. Right there is pretty. Should be pretty close. Now let's put my AccuAngle. Is that what it's called? The AccuAngle. I could use my phone too, but I'm recording with it. Can't very well use my phone if I'm recording with it. So, okay. So we'll just set this on here and zero it. Zero. I'm going to set it on here. Or we can set it on here. And go right to the 29. Now I got to get a little hammer. I don't know if you can see the numbers. Let's scooch around here. So maybe you can see the numbers. See, I'm at 2850. Look at that. 29.5. And I don't want to crush it in there, but I do want to get it tight. And shoot, it's only clamping on just that area. .6. Let's loosen this up. I want to drop that parallel down anyway. Drop this parallel down a little more. kind of up in the air here. I wasn't clamping much of it. All right. 29.2. Right there. I feel a little more confident in that now. It's clamping more across. We're at 29.5, so now I just got to put an end mill in there and then plunge this corner out. This right here. It doesn't have to be much. I should probably measure that to see just exactly how much I need to take out of there. Let's do that real quick here. Grab my calipers here. I didn't measure that, so I'll just quick measure that. And all I have to do is measure from the surface up to the top of that collar. And it is 70 thou. So 70 thou. So if I go 100 thou in on that, it should be good. Right? Let's give her a whirl. See if I can wreck something. I almost would like a 4-flute for that. I got some 2-fluters laying here that would work. Let me look here. Maybe these. Look at my toolbox. You know, I got this high helix. I'm not a big fan of those though. They're all right for taking a finished cut on stuff. But, well, we'll give her a whirl. It says a high helix end mill. Means we're not taking much. I'll give that a whirl. Tighten it up. Oops. All right. Here. We have to do them both. We'll have to do both of them too. Same way, if this works. And, oh shoot. Gotta move the tripod. You're up too high anyway. Back up a little bit. Lower you down a little bit. And focus it back upwards. Zoom in a little bit maybe, or is it all the way zoomed? All right, I'm going to lock that for now. Actually, I think I'm going to take and put the quill stop up, because I might just plunge that out. And not just... So I'm going to move the quill stop up, so I can come down to the same depth every time. Right there. All right. Now we'll move in and touch. That's just touching that collar. There we go, right there. 0Y. And I'm just going to move in a little at a time and plunge down. I can see that it is still sitting at a little bit of an angle. That's 25 thou here. $35 thou. $45 thou. $55. $65. And $75. Now that has to be milled out, otherwise I'll never be able to swivel it anything other than that. So there's 75. I'm going to go to 90. There's 90. Now I'm going to move on X. I wouldn't have probably had to go that far, but that's okay. Okay, now I'm going to crank it in to 100. I'll take a finished pass of 100 or 10 thou across there to make it 100. Stop it. That's the trouble with those high helix. They do that a lot. They'll squeal, make a lot of noise. All right, so now I'll take that out of there. I'm going to deburr it, and we'll go back over to the surface plate, and I'll put this on there. So I'll be back when I get back over to the surface plate.